What up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I haven't been posting on this for a long while, but Jad and I have a nice new place, a new kitchen, and I thought I would do a little bit more like cooking and recipes and sort of like go-tos that I use sort of day-to-day, week-to-week for my life. I diet a little bit differently. I do like a flexible approach, so like not chicken, brown rice and greens every meal, but you know, as long as I'm eating relatively healthy, hitting my macronutrients and micronutrients with my fruit and veg and eating some fibrous greens here and there, I'm pretty much eating whatever I want as long as it fits within my numbers for the day. So today we're going to be making a high protein French toast. It is extremely delicious. I'll take you through the ingredients real quick, what we're going to use today. I got pretty much like a regular white bread from Helga's. I'm going to use 3 slices. I got strawberries to top for a little bit of natural sweetness. I got a vanilla extract. I got a carton of egg whites. This is where you're going to get majority of your protein from. I'm going to use 1 whole egg. So I'm going to try to keep this meal like pretty low fat. So majority of fat in the meal is going to come from the yolk of this egg. We're using no fat or low fat Greek yogurt Chobani plain. We're going to flavor it with cinnamon and sugar. And then to make the sort of like egg mixture a little bit sweeter, I use equal or like a stevia or sweetener. And then we have a sugar-free maple syrup, which tastes exactly the same and pretty much no calories. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a big sort of hearty, nutritious meal here. It's pretty quick, it's pretty easy, it's pretty simple. I'm going to do it all step by step for you guys so you have a look. So we're going to start by, you know, like obviously when using macros as a way to approach your dieting and stuff. All right, we got someone coming to join us.
Hey.
Hello.
What are we eating?
I made this for Jad and she didn't like the yogurt component on it. So
I'm not a yogurt gal.
She would minus the yogurt away from hers, but it is, I really like yogurt.
Replace it with some ice cream. A bit less healthy is is my go-to.
But I think it's really good because one, it's like, it's an added way. If you do a scoop of that, it's like an extra 10, 15 grams of protein, depending on the size of your scoop, obviously. But what I like to do first is I like to start with 250 mils of egg whites. So if I can just get this container open, that'd be a good start, all right? Child-proof. So 250 mils. I've got the bowl on a scale right now.
Pause.
All right, so next up we have adding to the 250 mils of egg whites. We've got a full egg. So cheeky smash on the table.
Nice.
Empty that baby in. And then how we're gonna make it taste a little bit sweet, a little bit nicer, I'm gonna go a lot, or shitload of cinnamon. So just literally just douse that in there.
Is that a unit of measurement?
A shitload. Well, there's no like calories or anything, so it really doesn't matter really. So just smash that in there as much as you want. What are you eating?
Banana bread.
Good at French toast. All right, so first, a lot of cinnamon, and then I'm gonna do some like stevia sweetener, so like no calorie sweetener, like essentially like a sugar replacement. So just just douse it in that as well. And then pretty much I think that's, and a touch of vanilla extract. So we're gonna go, not much, it's
vanilla essence? What's it?
It's vanilla extract. Oh. So just like a tiny bit, maybe like, I'd say like 4 or 5 drops, just in your mixture. So once again, just to make it a little bit sweeter. And then I need a new house. I actually don't know where stuff is. So, I found it. All right, so now you've used your scale for that. So we're gonna whisk this. So this is our mixture, obviously, that we're gonna put the bread into for this. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's only 1 egg in this. So it's like not gonna be like a real yellow mixture that you might see with like scrambled eggs or something, because like it's pretty much all egg whites and then 1 egg. So, all right, so now you're gonna get your however many pieces of bread you want. I'm gonna have 3 pieces of bread today. I had 4 last time and it was a little bit too much. It was like so heavy, like so voluminous that I was not hungry for about the next 6 hours. So this meal is like relatively low calories, super high protein,
but like really, really filling and voluminous. So like it's a little bit, it's a bit of a tricky one in that regard. Like you're eating a lot, it's not a lot, but it feels like a lot. And also we want to get the pans a little bit hot, but we want to cook on like a relatively low heat for this. All right, so low heat to cook this to start. We'll clean up afterwards, don't worry about that. So get your 3 pieces, and we're gonna pretty much try and pretty much soak them in this mixture. So, holy moly, we might need more bread actually. So your bread will look a little bit like dirty, but that's just the cinnamon, so don't fear. Get all 3 pieces, and you want them to be, they're gonna like be pretty difficult to pick up once they're fully soaked through. Like it's like chucking a piece of bread in water and then trying to pick it up. Dun dun dun, last one. We're gonna pick up these 2. Chuck this bad boy at the bottom. Oh. So as you can see so far, we haven't really used anything unhealthy. We have pretty much 3 pieces of bread, egg whites, 1 egg, no sugar, nothing like that. We've got pretty much just a sweetener and cinnamon. All right, so once your pans are hot enough, not too hot, we're gonna do a tiny bit of butter just to sort of grease the bottom of the pan, because obviously we don't want it sticking. So I'm gonna go a little bit of that. Gently, the structural integrity of these pieces of bread is not really going to be all there, so you might have to manhandle them into the pan. So I'm going to place 2 in 1. And last one over here. And we've got some leftover egg mixture, so I'm just going to pour it over the other pieces of bread real lightly, sort of evenly spread it out. So let them cook for a little bit, and we'll check back in a minute. All right, so while the French toast is cooking, we are gonna prep some of the stuff for the top. So I'm gonna get like half a punnet of strawberries, so about like 100 grams of strawberries. Once again, very little calories in berries. So I think for like 100 grams, that might be like 7-10 grams of carbohydrates, so absolutely nothing. And 100 grams is like a decent amount. So I think like a punnet is 200, so half a punnet for like, you know, less than having 1 red snake is pretty cool. Easy way of making it taste even better whilst not using up a big chunk of calories with sauces or chocolate, or obviously those things, not bad. Can have those if you got a little bit more room to move within your diet. But right now, I'm going to dinner at a mate's house tonight. I know I'm gonna have probably a burger and some chips and stuff like that. So I'd rather have less calories during the day so I can save a bit of room for being social tonight out with my friends and having a bit of a bigger and different meal. So a few strawberries cut up, and still waiting for these to cook. All right, so we're gonna flip them. Smelling good, smelling very cinnamony. I'm gonna flip them and just keep letting them cook on low heat. I'm gonna take you guys around, have a quick look at them. So that's how it's looking currently. Obviously no room in that pan, so spread across 2 pans. Little station, strawberries are ready, and a couple more minutes and they'll be done. Boss is over there. And so the last things we are gonna add, when it's on the plate, we're gonna go a scoop of chobani. I would say probably, we'll weigh it out, but I'd say probably 100 grams, maybe a little bit more. We're gonna put a couple of shakes of cinnamon and sugar over the bread, so it tastes a little bit like donutty. And then we're gonna top it with the sugar-free maple syrup and the strawberries for that last little touch of sweetness. But I think we're almost there. It's like still a bit soggy around the edges. Maybe I'll do a little switcheroo for a minute.
Love the old switcheroo.
You're not having any bite of this.
Good.
Good. Oh, wait till you see it, mate. You won't be saying good.
I want it with ice cream.
Alright, I think I'm gonna have to just plate it. Alright, I'll put the rubbish one at the bottom because no one wants to see this one. Every time I put one down, I'm gonna do a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. So, a bit of a spread. And then I'm gonna chuck another one on top. Another bit of cinnamon and sugar. So this whole thing is 55 grams, and a 5 gram serving is 4 grams of carbohydrates, which is straight from sugar. So as in, I reckon I would only use 5 to 7 grams in the whole thing. So it's about 5 grams of carbohydrates. Last one on top. And we're gonna put the last shake of cinnamon sugar. We'll go a bit around the plate as well, just to make it look pretty. And then we are going to chuck it on the scale real quick so we can see how much Chobani we'll be putting on. All right, so we've tared it, it's on 0. I'm gonna go a big chunk in the middle. That's 75, I want about 100. All right, so we've got 100 grams there. Then we are going to tear it again, take it back to 0. See how many grams of strawberries we're chucking on. So we got 115 grams. And then we don't really need to look after this. There's so little cows in the serving, but we'll do it just for intents and purposes of the video. Douse it in as much of the maple syrup as you would like. So I just did 35 mils. And there you have it. There's our beautiful French toast. Very healthy. As you can see, a really big, like large meal. It's like very, very heavy. We'll have a closer look. I'll bring you to it, have a closer look. All right, so this is what it looks like in all its glory. We've got 3 big pieces. We've got the yogurt, the strawberries, the maple syrup, and the cinnamon and sugar all over it. Still steaming hot. Huge, huge meal. I'm gonna get through it now. Yeah, you're not having any. I'm gonna get through it now, and then we'll go through the macros of it in a second. I knock into the French toast. Jad is having some leftovers, which I made last night. So I made a beef and pork bolognese, and Jad's having that for lunch. All right, so I've had the meal, I've enjoyed the meal thoroughly, and now I'm gonna talk you a little bit through how you would calculate your macros for this meal, how we know exactly how much and what we are eating. So as in, we did all the calculations very basically, but we got all the ingredients here. I kept all the ingredients so we can do it together, and I would show you how I would do it. So I use an app on my phone called MyFitnessPal. It helps me, I pretty much use it as a calculator. All right, so we're gonna chuck it in. All these things I already have in my app, so they kind of stay. So once you use them once, they're in your app forever, but let's pretend like I don't have anything in, and we're gonna show you how I can do it. So nifty little thing it's got on it is a scanner. So you can simply pull up your product, scan it. And so we got bread, it's the first thing we used. We used 3 slices, so it comes up with like options. So 3 slices, and we simply input that. Pull up the egg whites, quick scan. And as we remember, we had, what do we have? 250 mils of the egg whites. Then we had a full egg. Simple scan of the product, 1 egg, and input. What else do we put in our mixture? We put a vanilla extract. So the vanilla extract doesn't actually have any nutritional information. I actually looked it up. There's essentially no calories in 1-2 drops of vanilla extract. So I wouldn't worry about putting this in. Equal is the sweetener that we used as well. There are literally no calories in it. That's why it's a 0-calorie sweetener. So we don't need to really worry about that either. We don't need to put that in. Then the last thing we put in our egg mixture was the ground cinnamon. Also no calories, so don't need to worry about tracking this one. So we've got the egg mixture and the bread that we put into the egg mixture all done. We then greased the pans with a little bit of butter. So let's quick scan. But something I also didn't do is I didn't weigh the butter. I just literally took a little tiny bit out just to grease the bottom of the things. So I'm just gonna put it in as about 5 grams, just to put a little bit of something in. Then we did the strawberries for the topping. So we chopped up the strawberries, cheeky little scan. We weighed the strawberries. We did 100 grams out of the 200. So we're gonna input that. As I was right, it was 7.7 grams of carbohydrates for 100 grams of strawberries. So you saw how many strawberries there was, a lot. We then topped it with the cinnamon sugar on each piece. Once again, quick scan. And we are gonna do, just to be safe, we're gonna do 10 grams. And the maple syrup, the sugar-free maple syrup, second last item in our mixture, scan, and we had 35 mils, which is a serving, which comes to 18 calories. These products are a little bit tricky because they do use a thing called alcohol sugars, so they don't have to list them as carbohydrates or sugars on the product. But sorbitol is the one that was in this product, which is essentially like a sugar substitute, which is in the product, which does amount to calories, but it's weird because they don't have to list it as a carb, fat, or protein. So we had 35 mils of that, and then last but not least, we have our 100 grams of, where's the barcode, of fat-free Chobani. Let's take it to a gram, make it 100, and there we have it. So this meal comes to a total of 669 calories for my serving. So as in, if you would obviously make yours differently, depending on your size, your goals, what you're trying to do. You might do it with 2 pieces of bread, 100 grams of egg whites, 1 egg. You might like it full eggs only, you know, you can make it and twist it your own way. But this is how I did it, and this is what it came to. So I'll break it down for you. It came to a total of 78 grams of carbohydrates. So to me, I eat about 400 in a day. So this is a very small chunk for me to have 80 grams in one meal, 320 left for the day, huge. It only had 11 grams of fat. So we would have seen the fat from the full egg, which has about 5 or 6 grams. And then a couple of grams would be very minuscule in the bread. And then obviously the butter we use to grease the tray. So pretty minuscule. I have about 80 grams of fat a day. So 11 in one meal is not really a big chunk. And then protein, it was 55 grams of protein. So obviously this number is very easy to tweak. The more egg whites you use, the more protein. If you have more full eggs, the more protein. The more yogurt you put on top, the more protein. And obviously if you have more pieces of bread, that'd be, you know, equally a little bit more protein, a little bit more carbohydrates, etc., etc. So this meal, a total of 78 carbs, 11 fat, and 55 protein. A huge meal, a delicious meal, a easy, simple meal, minimal ingredients, so easy to track. And remember, once these things are in your app, you never have to scan them again. They'll be in there forever. So don't worry about that process. It'll be even easier the next time you make it. And that goes for all meals. So I hope you enjoyed this meal. I hope you enjoyed the little breakdown of it. If there's any meals that you have seen me eat over the years whilst following me and you want me to make them and track them and show you the macros for them, do let me know. I had fun making this video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you next time on the channel. Thanks for watching.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really enjoyed having you here on my cooking channel.
It's not a cooking channel. It's just a channel. What are you going to cook for them one day?
Don't know.
Do you guys like cereal? Jad makes a mean bowl of cereal. Peace, guys. Thanks for watching.